Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where you make long and short-term investing simple. Today we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ and at a bunch of stocks that have some crazy price action that you can be placing trades on as soon as tomorrow. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Starting off with the NASDAQ today, we're currently down 0.12%. It's been an extremely volatile day. You had lots of news, not just the Fed press conference and the interest rate decision at 2 o'clock and 2:30 p.m., but you also had a bit of news here with the building permits and the housing starts at 8:30 a.m. So that wasn't very reactionary, the last two that I just mentioned at 8:30. We can see here that at 8:30, the market really didn't move too much. Now, when we got the market open, you can see that there was a big flush to the downside here, coming back, and if you're quick enough, you could have bought here at support. This is a very significant support, and we can just zoom out on our daily chart. We can see that this was a previous all-time high. This is where the market has stalled out in the past. So if you were able to catch that, congrats. But right now, what were the results of the Fed rate decision? Well, we ended up getting the anticipated cut of 25 basis points. This has been in consideration for about a year now, but because early in the year we had a lot of difficulties when it comes to tariffs, and then you also have a slowing job market, the Fed wanted to see where the market was headed and then react accordingly to that. So we got the basis points cut of 25. There was another option that we could have gotten a cut of 50 basis points, but I think that was just an option to fake people out, so people weren't too confident the market would have been bullish, or that they could have predicted that there was going to be a 25 basis point cut. But regardless, you can see that right here at 2:30, once you started getting that bullish news, right about here at 2:30, it opened, shot down, and you got this big fake out where all of these institutions bought at super cheap, and then you pretty much are almost like broken even for the day. So a lot of bullish news over here. Now, when I'm looking at the daily chart, I really like the setup. You have a retest of support and a very strong rejection coming off of it. This is still confirming to me that we're still making higher lows, and now we're just looking for more higher highs, and this is very apparent. I mean, we just had the higher high yesterday, but we're still in a very strong bull trend. I love to see massive rejections off this level. Why? Let's just take a look at where we've also seen massive rejections in the past. How about just a couple weeks ago, September 2nd? Massive rejection off support, massive move to the upside. Let's see if we can find another one. Again, massive rejection from support, and then massive upside. Massive rejection. This is not even that big of rejection, but a lot of upside. A lot of upside. Like, this is a very key sign that you are looking for the market to move higher, and that price is too cheap in our current trend, and that it's getting bought up. You know, this is an attractive price for buyers to be entering in. So that's my outlook for the NASDAQ. I'm expecting to continue seeing all-time highs. The only time that I'll be shorting the NASDAQ or be holding cash is if we do get a candle close for the daily chart down below this rising support line here. So right now, I would say that if that were to happen, you would be looking for either a break of the support line or maybe even the support line at 23,665. But let's take a look at the heat map for all the individual stocks that make up the NASDAQ 100. And we can see it's been very mixed, a little bit more bearish. NVIDIA is down 2.6%, Broadcom is down nearly 4%, and then you had Apple, Microsoft, Meta kind of just chop around and not really end up anywhere. But you know what? I do like the fact that we got a very strong reaction to the upside after that 2:30 news. And I can see this very evident in stocks like Palantir, let's say. Palantir, this is a fantastic time if you're looking for bullish confirmation to enter in. We already entered in our trade back at about $161 a share, or a little bit lower actually. But right now, this is great. You did have a bit of a fake out, and this is scary. This did put us in the red for a short amount of time, but it blasted back up. This is very, very strong price action. Let's just take a look at the 50 minutes and see how we were able to move up so fast. I mean, let's just take a look at this. This is a key for imbalance. If you move down 2.25% within 15 minutes, that's something that's not sustainable for the market. So if you were closing position out at that point, it's not a smart idea, because not only were we at support, again, imbalance, it's unsustainable for the market to keep such a strong downtrend like that. So you got to flip, and then absolutely just massive candles to the upside. Let's say that this is your average candle here, which is 0.1%. Just look at these, they're dwarfing them. So what here for Palantir, I'm expecting to go all the way up to my target price at about $179 a share. So that is my outlook for Palantir. And again, having your support line trailing your stop loss, if we ever do get a break below the support level, then you're definitely, closing your position there. But another stock that I'm taking a look at, similar take profit, is AMD. On AMD as well, we didn't get an overly bullish day, but we got a very strong bullish rejection off of support. So another great key, and confluence that we are looking to move up higher. So AMD, if we take a look at the daily chart here, we can see that we're in this falling range. And this falling range is actually looking something like this before. You were able to break out, get those retests, and then continue moving. I think right here, this doji candle is showing that you don't have bears that are as strong as they expected, and then you have bulls that are trying to push prices up. So I think in the next couple weeks, we could see AMD becoming very, very bullish. Again, as long as we're above the support line, we can easily make our way all the way up to 179, if not new all-time highs. But 179, I think, is a very smart take profit level. Even if you want to go to something like 177, where you see a lot of market tops, I think that both of those could be a great candidate for take profits. Let's take a look at one more stock here. I want to talk about Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway, it didn't really get the bullish rejection that we wanted to see. We recently got this higher low over here, and this previous higher low that we had yesterday, it wasn't beating it by much. I'm not seeing a lot of strength within Berkshire Hathaway. If I draw a 15-minute, if I go to the 15-minute time frame here, we can see that it was able to break from this falling resistance here, but we're not getting that strong buying strength that I'm expecting. You still have good risk to reward ratio. I mean, for this trade here, we're looking to take profit at 536. That's an 8.32 risk to reward ratio. That's still very, very good. But right now, as it stands, if you haven't placed a position, I would say if you don't want to place it now and you want to wait for more confirmation, wait for either a break of this 500 support line over here, or a break of this falling resistance, or even both if you wanted to. I think that's going to give you a clear as day confirmation that Berkshire Hathaway is looking to make a new higher high, and that is my outlook for Berkshire Hathaway. I think this is going to be one stock that is going to be absolutely flying up, just because it's one of the most undervalued stocks in the NASDAQ 100, and it's also one of the highest market cap stocks in the entire stock market as well. So I don't think that this is going anywhere. You have Apple that's becoming very strong. You have Coca-Cola that's flipping. You have MasterCard that's doing very well. A lot of the big holdings within Berkshire Hathaway are showing a lot of strength recently. So I want to see that confirmation and be able to break out above these key zones to show that the bulls are in control. So that's what I'm looking for when it comes to Berkshire Hathaway. We did take another trade on Google. We did short Google as of yesterday, and I'll just open up that trade real quick so you could see. What we did was that we saw that there was this very clear resistance zone up at about $252.50 on Google. We ended up seeing that we broke a bit of this consolidation trend, and then as soon as we did that, we were shorting the market, having our stop loss right above that resistance zone. And then we went to go take profit all the way down to about the support line over here. If you held towards the support line, you would have gotten a better risk reward ratio and a better return of 1.5% on the chart, but we were still able to close for a nice 1.12%. Obviously just closed my position as soon as I saw that the market was starting to flip over. But basically, if we're taking a look at what we made, the 1.12% after our 3 times leverage was 3.36%. So we're still green for the day, not just with Google. This is definitely one of the key things that helped us stay green, but overall, our portfolios are the strongest that they've ever been. This is just a small trade, but all of our positions are in the green right now. I'm talking about ASML, Palantir, CrowdStrike, Berkshire Hathaway, AMD. All these positions have been extremely strong, and right now, as it stands, just for NASDAQ trades alone, we're currently beating the market by about 245%, and for our stock trades, or individual stock trades, we're currently beating the market by over 600%, which is absolutely ridiculous. So if you are interested in getting all these trades that I'm taking, including when I'm getting in, as soon as I do, getting the take profit, stop loss, and percentage risk allocation, come take a look at that link in my description. I think it was definitely going to help you level up your trading. And if you haven't been green this year when it comes to, let's say, even just the NASDAQ, that should show that your trading strategy is not where it should be, because we've had a lot of upside this whole year. So if you are looking for more support and you're looking to recover your losses, I would suggest come taking a look at that link in my description. But that's pretty much it for today. A very bullish day, even though we didn't receive a green breakout for the NASDAQ. This is still very bullish to show that the bears weren't strong enough. So I think that we can expect more higher highs. Again, this is blue skies territory, as long as we're above 23,000 or 24,000. So that being said, I'm looking for new all-time highs, but I will give you a summary for tomorrow, as I always do, so stay tuned until then. But thank you very much for all the support on the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later, y'all.